All right, welcome back. Feature me or my son or anybody else that might be watching these videos. Um, I'm finished with the Dark Krakens intercessors that I have. This is the first one that I painted. I like how this ended up being, but during the process, I learned different uh, ways to paint, and I like how my new ones ended up being. Um, this was supposed to be the sergeant for the ones that are using the heavy bolter, and this is the ones for these are the ones that I think are going to be using the scope bolter. This was their sergeant. I had this guy already painted. However, since this guy was mostly in the same way that finished in the same way that this other sergeant has already been painted, I decided to screw it and basically prime him again in gray. I'm going to try to paint him as closer to these guys that I have over here. So the squad looks in unison. It's 10 miniatures. The other five have already been finished, just like this guy. They're using the heavy bolter. But yeah, this guy, I'm going to try to paint it as fast as I can over here in this video, and I'm going to try to paint it as close to these guys as possible. Meaning the bolter is going to have to be on red, the gun is going to have to be on red, such as this guy, and yeah, at least I'm going to try to capture in the video the base coat that I'm going to use because I really like how the black armor looks in these guys. Um, I used a coat of Vallejo's, I'm sorry, AK Interactive Imperial Blue. That was the base coat for these guys. In on top of that, I placed Vallejo's Express Color Black Lotus. That gave the kind of shine in, and for the purple, that it's darkened but it's still purple. It's a combination between Fluid Pink from Vallejo Express Color and Black Lotus. So I'm going to do this right now. I'm going to provide the base coating, and hopefully I can also work on the Black Lotus uh, contrast paint. Usually it is about three coats for the armor to look like uh, like this, still black but with a shine, blue shine behind it. Recently, or in the past, this is what I've been used to holding to hold my miniatures. It is just tack with wooden cubes. They work. They do the deed. You don't need to buy some fancy miniature holders. Some of them have been, I have to be honest, I've been tempted to buy them because of the possibility to rotate the mini on 360 without having to move your own wrist on this, and maybe ending up in an awkward position. However, needed it is not. All right, let's start with the base coat. A couple of drops should be more than enough. These paints are already diluted. At least that's been my experience. I'm going to use a brush in the number 5. And as you can see, these paints are already very, very, very diluted. They are not I do not need to add water to it, at least not now. As a matter of fact, I'm trying to get a little bit more viscosity on the paint, so to speak, because I want the coat to be reliable. Uh, I want the blue to shine behind the black lotus color that I'm going to use. I think it covers very well, but if I was going to paint uh, uh, an ultramarine, I will have to use probably 3 or 4 coats of this color, because even if it does well for what I'm doing, I want right now, it will be difficult to paint a full miniature with this color if I wanted to do, as I said, uh, an ultramarine. For now, I just, as I said, I just want to have a base coat on it, and on top of this, once it dries, I'm going to pass the Black Lotus color, and it will end up giving a blue shine behind the black color. My reasoning behind this is this, these are supposed to be Dark Krakens, right? They're, according to the lore, they come from a world that it's always in at night. It doesn't say if they have a sun or not. Probably they do, but they do not have day cycle. It's usually at night, and they hunt big creatures that are bioluminescent on their world. And I think that one of the ways that the Dark Krakens will represent where they come from, the because I imagine deep black sea on this world that only shines from time to time from when one of these colossal creatures that has a bioluminescent that floats closer to the top side of the seas. You can see a tint of blue in that water, and I think that these guys will use that in their armor. There's also that thing that there are so sometimes some blacks do shine, black colors do shine as purple, and I think I'm also leaning a little bit on that possibility over here. But yeah, that's the main reason of me painting this Dark Krakens that way. Uh, to be quite honest, I haven't checked much more of the lore behind the Dark Krakens. I just like them. Uh, they're fairly new successor chapter for the salamanders. I like salamanders' idea. My idea for my army will have been salamanders, but yeah, things change. I changed my opinion on that. Not on the salamanders. I still like them. However, I changed my opinion on if I'm going to play Warhammer, what army I'm going to paint. I'm going to paint and play, and I decided to move in with Custodes. So I still like painting. I like the hobby. So that's why I'm also painting Marines, Space Marines. I might, many people in this hobby and game do have more than one army. I'm not sure if I'm going to have the money for that. However, if I ever do, um, yeah, I'm most probably I'm going to use the salamanders. I'll try to use these guys for a kill team, uh, intercessor. What is it called? I don't remember. Intercessor kill team, which is the rules for basically intercessors. There is also the Phobos strike team. I might want to buy that. I'm not sure if it is a good team for the reviews that I've seen. I have never played anything on Warhammer 40k or Games Workshop, so I'm just completely ignorant. I'm just trying to step a little bit of ahead from for this event that is going to come to a store closer to where I live. It is a kill team event. I don't think I'm going to have my full kill team ready, but that's okay because they said that in this event it is intended to attract new people. So they will have kill teams ready for anybody else. So yeah, uh, yeah. Getting back to the point is that I'm trying to use, as I said, a blue coat on this. You can see it is covering very differently in this leg and in this leg, and I have only passed once on this leg. I'm pretty sure I haven't done a second pass for the leg. I like the AK interactive paints. This is the basic set. This is the first set that I bought. But to be quite honest, I think Vallejo acrylics are better. Whether that is factually true or not, that is something that I cannot discuss. I think there's an element to these paints that corresponds to how you feel them, how they move when you in your own experience. I don't know how exactly to describe that, but when I apply these paints, I don't feel the same way that the paint moves in the same way as when I do with the Vallejo paints. Might be just me. Might be just me and my newbie status that I don't comprehend the glory of the AK interactive paints. As I said, I'm nothing bad against them. It's just I like them too. I like the range that I have on the basic set. Um, but to me, at least in my experience, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm fucking it up some way. But in my experience, they're not that consistent. This is not, as you have seen, this is not the first time that I placed a base coat on one of these space marines, and each time I have noticed that sometimes some parts are really more uh, in color than others, right? So, goddamn. Uh, Sorry, there was a moth flying around in front of me. I think this is the one of the worst parts of me not being able to edit my videos. So I'm just like that old freaking meme from YouTube. We're doing it live. We're doing it live. Fuck it. We're doing it live. And I'm doing live all my videos. In a way, I mean, I'm recording, but yeah, I don't expect to edit anything because I don't fucking know how. If I knew, perhaps I will do some more editing. I think I'll try to do that. I really have enjoyed my me venting on some videos, especially under as my other quote unquote series, which is the painting and ranting. Um, I have enjoyed doing that, and I think I'll do it a little bit more because also want to keep a log of what's going on right now. So my son and possibly my daughter, and we're not sure exactly um, what that other baby is going to be at this moment, but whatever they are, I love them because I love my child, and I'm pretty sure any other children comes to this house, I will love them dearly. Um, yeah, as I was saying, I want to have a log for them, just in case, so they can hear my voice and they can see some of my actions, share the interest that I have if they want, or not, or just listen to their papa just blowing steam some points or in life. And there's a lot happening right now that I want to just uh, drop out of my chest. Anyways, that's not for this video. Those are going to be labeled painting and ranting. I like the sound of it. But yeah, this is the base coat again, still on this Space Marine. The problem that I have now is that there are some parts that I'm not going to be able to reach entirely or without painting other things that I don't actually want to have them painted. I'll try my best to avoid those, but I think that is something that comes with the territory when the miniature is already ensembled and glued together, which in this case it's what happened because, as I said previously at the beginning of the video, I decided to reprime this guy. This guy was already painted and in more in tandem with the other sergeant. So I'm doing this all over again. Uh, at this date and time, I bought a stand for the cell phone, but I realized that my cell phone is not that good. Um, I was living under the impression that it was a decent one, but I think it is not even that close. So probably once I receive my payment, my paycheck, I'm going to consider buying another one that has more, uh, that doesn't drop the pixels as this one is dropping because I see the videos, they sometimes get really choppy. I'm not sure if it is something on the software that I'm using or something like that. I am attributing that to the phone, not to the software. I need to investigate a little bit further because I want to fix that. I want to have videos that are not constantly jumping from one point or from 1 second to another. It I know from me for me that though that experience is just awful. I hate it and I hate choppy videos. So yeah, I don't want to be a part of that, and I don't want to give anybody that might be watching my videos, even myself from the future and my kids, um, almost a sensation of having a seizure when they watch my videos. Yeah, so I'll see if I can collect or buy through the services a different cell phone that might work for this. The other option is to buy a streaming camera, but I'm not entirely sure if that will be the best option. I think there are some phones right now that do have the same quality of a camera. So again, I'm a little bit indecisive on this. I'm not going to paint the Aquila uh, on the base coat. I wanted to paint it differently, so I'm going to try to avoid it as much as I can. I know that I have already stepped a little bit on the Aquila. I don't like that, but there's not much else to do over here. I'll just have to roll with that. I'll try to correct it with another color. I used for the Aquilas a Vallejo's Ivory. Uh, this is a ivory color, and that's what I like for these Aquilas in these armors. Mm. And I am avoiding the arms because this arm is going to be purple. I'm going to paint this one golden, just to symbolize that this is the sergeant. And that's what I did with this other sergeant from the other part of the unit. As you can see, the right arm is painted gold. So yeah, I'm going to do that with this guy, and this one over here, it's going to be a purple color. the combination of the Black Lotus and Fluid Pink from Vallejo. Uh, the code seems to be taking hold now, uh, like that. And before moving forward, I think I'm going to finish. Should I finish the code? No, I'm going to leave this the backpack just for now. Um, yeah, I'm going to move on. Then I'm going to do the bolter later. So for now, I have just provided the code. I'm going to use at least one pass of the Black Lotus before I finish up the video. We're already over 20 minutes. It amazes me sometimes how much I can talk without stop, without any stops or any stopping at any moment. These paints are really fluid and easy to mishandle. Right. Good thing I'm going to use a lot of it for the armor, so I'm not worried if it spills over the miniature. Since these are contrast paints basically from Vallejo, you can just you don't need to drop or try to dry your brush after picking up some of the paint. This is just one bubble on my wet palette, and usually I have to do three coats of this. The what I have seen, and maybe it is just my untrained eye. These paints do have a lot of movement and gravity, meaning that when you place them on something that has, such as this on the foot, let's see if it can focus the damn thing. Well, anyways, on the foot there are little tiny holes or crevices where the paint just immediately goes over there and covers it. That's something that I like from this. And as far as I understand, all contrast paints, especially Citadel ones, they do work that way, basically speeding up the process of trying to provide a little bit more shade or volume to what you're painting. I think that was the intention from for the contrast paints that Games Workshop created. I'm not sure. I have nothing to do with Games Workshop, but that's something that I'm inferring from seeing how these contrast paints are meant to work or are working, at least in my experience. The helmet over here also I'm going to try to avoid. I'm going to paint this red. Okay, let's move on to the chest. I'll hope to enjoy the experience of playing Kill Team. Hopefully, I will be able to have my Kill Team ready. I don't think so. I don't think it's going to happen. I still need the. Uh, as far as I understand, the rules for playing Incessors, the Incessors team, is that you need at least 6 units, one sergeant and five others. Um, and it is divided into you can pick units from a pool of the two intercessor boxes. One of them is the one that I have, which is the normal intercessors, and the other is the assault intercessors. That's the one that I don't have. So I think I'll buy that one, and hopefully I can get it ready. But seems unlikely, honestly. And I don't have any other army or any teams to play Kill Team. Hopefully, as the store owner said, these guys that are gonna organizing the event, they do have their own spare kill teams, so hopefully I can play with some of them. If you are a kill team specialist or fanatic, or anyway, any recommendation on what to play, I will welcome that. Um, and what to expect from Kill Team, because as I said, I have never played anything from. I played a lot of role playing games using miniatures, but I have never played a war game or a skirmish game or anything like that from Games Workshop or any other company. So I'm not sure what to expect. Uh, I've read some in or I have viewed some videos on YouTube regarding what Kill Team might be, just to prepare ahead. And as far as I understand, it's kind of a game that I think I might enjoy because it seems to be a little bit more reactive. I have no other way to compare it because I've never played Warhammer 40k. However, I have seen those matches when I was younger, and there was another place that I used to go to get some magic cards and books for role playing games and all that. They used to have there was a Warhammer store over there. Pretty old. I'm talking about 90s, maybe early 2000s. Um, and yeah, I do remember that some of those matches basically they lasted the whole fucking day, from 2 p.m. up until 8, where the stores were closing. So yeah, I think it's something that I'm going to. Uh, if that is still how 40k works, perhaps I'm not going to enjoy that aspect that much. I'm not sure. I'm just going to have to see wait and see. For now, I think I'm going to call it at the end of the video. This is the first coat, and the idea is to apply more of them, but these paints do dry very slowly. So I'll have to wait, and I don't want to wait for 2 or 3 minutes in the video doing nothing. So that's it. I'm going to call it for now. I'll maybe post a video later about this. And well, then, just I have to say goodbye. Thank you for watching the video. My son and daughter, children, love you both. Love you with all my life. If you are watching this and you're not part of my family, welcome. Any comment is well received. I hope you find it interesting and that you might learn from my mistakes in this hobby. Other than that, just remember, I love every one of you. Have a great day.